Welcome. Today, we're diving into a food that most people walk past in the grocery store without a second thought. But what if I told you that this simple root could change your energy, your brain, your heart, even your workouts? I'm talking about beets. Yes, beets. And why eating them every single day could be one of the smartest decisions you ever make for your health. Let's unpack the science behind the 7 amazing benefits of eating beets every day, and by the end of this talk, you may find yourself reaching for them far more often. Beets, often considered a humble root vegetable, contain a unique and powerful compound that directly influences the health of our cardiovascular system: dietary nitrates. These naturally occurring nitrates, when consumed, are converted in the body to nitric oxide, a signaling molecule that plays a critical role in maintaining vascular health. Nitric oxide has the ability to relax the inner muscles of the blood vessels, causing them to widen. This process, known as vasodilation, improves blood flow and reduces the pressure within the arteries. For individuals struggling with hypertension or those wanting to maintain a healthy cardiovascular profile, this is a crucial benefit. Numerous clinical studies have confirmed the blood pressure lowering effects of beetroot juice, with some showing measurable results in just a few hours after consumption. The reduction in blood pressure is not only fast-acting but also sustainable when beetroot is consumed regularly, making it a natural alternative or adjunct to pharmaceutical interventions in managing blood pressure. The nitric oxide boost provided by beets doesn't only benefit blood pressure. Enhanced blood flow means that oxygen and nutrients are more efficiently delivered to tissues throughout the body. For muscles, this means better performance and quicker recovery. For the brain, this means sharper cognitive function, as neurons receive more oxygenated blood, especially in areas of the brain responsible for executive function, memory, and decision-making. This becomes particularly important with aging, as nitric oxide levels naturally decline and blood vessel elasticity decreases. Consuming beets daily can help counteract these effects, supporting not just physical performance, but also cognitive health. Beyond the vasodilation effects, nitric oxide plays a role in cellular signaling and immune system modulation. By improving endothelial function, the ability of blood vessels to contract and relax efficiently, beets help reduce the risk of arterial stiffness and atherosclerosis, both of which are major contributors to cardiovascular disease. The endothelium is the thin layer of cells that lines our blood vessels, and maintaining its health is essential for long-term heart function. The dietary nitrates in beets are metabolized by oral bacteria into nitrites, and then further reduced to nitric oxide in the stomach and bloodstream. This highlights the importance of not using antibacterial mouthwash excessively, as it can disrupt this conversion process. A balanced microbiome in the mouth is actually an essential part of this cardiovascular support system. The influence of nitric oxide on blood pressure is dose-dependent, meaning the more beets or beet juice consumed, up to a certain point, the greater the production of nitric oxide and the greater blood pressure lowering effect. However, this doesn't mean extreme quantities are required. Studies show that even moderate amounts, such as a glass of beet juice or a small serving of cooked beets daily, can lead to clinically meaningful improvements in blood pressure. The nitrate content in beets is more bioavailable than in most other vegetables, making them uniquely effective in this regard. One study published in the journal Hypertension demonstrated that participants who consumed beetroot juice daily experienced an average decrease in systolic blood pressure about 8 mmHg and in diastolic pressure about 4 mmHg. These numbers might appear modest, but they are significant when considered at a population level. Even a 5 mmHg reduction in blood pressure has been associated with a 10% decrease in the risk of major cardiovascular events. What's compelling about beetroot's impact is that it's just addressing a symptom. It's improving the underlying physiological mechanisms that contribute to elevated blood pressure. Another fascinating aspect of beet consumption is the effect on mitochondrial efficiency. Mitochondria are the energy-producing structures inside our cells, and nitric oxide has been shown to improve the efficiency of energy production, particularly in muscle cells. This means that your body can perform more work with less oxygen. which is part of the reason why athletes turn to beet juice as a natural performance enhancer. But this isn't just for elite runners or cyclists. For someone walking upstairs, going on a brisk walk, or recovering from fatigue, this improved energy production can make a meaningful difference in daily life. In a world where fatigue, low energy, and cardiovascular disease are rampant, simple interventions like daily beet consumption offer a natural and evidence-backed solution. Additionally, the antioxidant properties of beets, especially from pigments like betalains, work synergistically with nitric oxide production to protect the blood vessels from oxidative damage. Oxidative stress is a major contributor to endothelial dysfunction, and by neutralizing free radicals, beets help preserve the integrity of vascular tissues. This combined action enhanced blood flow, reduced oxidative stress, and lowered blood pressure, creates a comprehensive support system for cardiovascular health. The impact of beet consumption on nitric oxide production also supports kidney function by improving renal blood flow. Since the kidneys play a central role in regulating blood pressure through fluid balance and hormone signaling, maintaining healthy perfusion to these organs is another mechanism by which beets help support long-term blood pressure regulation. The kidneys are highly vascular organs, and improved blood flow ensures efficient filtration and toxin removal, which in turn reduces systemic pressure. The benefits extend further when we consider endothelial progenitor cells, cells that help repair and maintain the vascular lining. Nitric oxide supports the mobilization and function of these cells, allowing the body to naturally regenerate damaged vessels. This regenerative capacity is especially crucial in people with metabolic syndrome, diabetes, or those who have experienced cardiovascular events, as their vascular healing capacity is often compromised. Incorporating beets daily into the diet offers a low-cost, nutrient-dense, and scientifically supported way to aid in this regenerative process. Moreover, unlike synthetic nitrates used in processed meats, which have been linked to negative health outcomes, the nitrates in beets come packaged with antioxidants, fiber, and anti-inflammatory compounds. This whole food matrix not only enhances the beneficial effects of nitric oxide production, but also mitigates any potential risks, allowing the body to use these compounds in the safest and most effective way possible. The brain is an organ that thrives on oxygen and nutrient delivery, and its performance is directly tied to how well blood is circulated to key regions, particularly those involved in memory, focus, and executive function. As we age, it becomes increasingly important to support cerebral blood because the natural decline in vascular function can contribute to slower processing, reduced memory recall, and even increased susceptibility to cognitive disorders. Beets, rich in dietary nitrates, play a crucial role in addressing this challenge by enhancing the production of nitric oxide in the body. This nitric oxide acts as a vasodilator, opening up blood vessels and improving blood flow throughout the body, including the brain. What makes this particularly beneficial is that it increases perfusion in areas of the brain that are typically vulnerable to age-related decline, such as the frontal lobe, which governs critical thinking, attention, and planning. Several neuroimaging studies have shown that consuming beetroot juice or incorporating whole beets into the diet leads to measurable increases in blood flow to the brain. One notable study using MRI imaging revealed that older adults who drank beetroot juice experienced significantly enhanced blood circulation in the white matter of the brain, specifically in the anterior cerebral artery region. This is a region highly associated with cognitive function, and the improved perfusion suggests that nutrients and oxygen are being delivered more efficiently to maintain neuronal health and activity. With improved cerebral circulation comes better neuronal communication and synaptic plasticity, both of which are essential for learning new information, retaining memories, and responding to environmental challenges. In addition to improving blood flow, beets contain a variety of phytochemicals and antioxidants that further support brain health. Compounds like betalains and polyphenols help reduce oxidative stress in the brain, which is one of the leading contributors to cognitive aging and neurodegenerative diseases. Oxidative stress occurs when there is an imbalance between free radicals and the body's ability to neutralize them, leading to cell damage. Neurons are especially sensitive to this type of damage due to their high metabolic activity and limited regenerative capacity. By introducing antioxidants from beets into the system, the brain is better equipped to maintain cellular integrity and prevent inflammation-related deterioration. The relationship between nitric oxide and neurotransmission is also worth noting. Nitric oxide functions not only as a vasodilator but also as a signaling molecule in the nervous system. It has been shown to play a role in modulating neurotransmitters, such as dopamine and serotonin, which are responsible for mood regulation, motivation, and mental clarity. When nitric oxide levels are optimized through natural dietary sources like beets, individuals may experience improvements in mood stability and reductions in symptoms of anxiety and mental fatigue. This could be particularly beneficial for people who suffer from mental fog, emotional burnout, or even mild depressive symptoms, especially those that accompany chronic stress or aging. Furthermore, nitric oxide supports the formation of new neural connections, a process known as neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is essential for learning, adapting to new environments, and recovering from brain injuries. Beets, through their nitrate content and antioxidant support, can indirectly enhance the brain's ability to grow and adapt, which is particularly important in older adults and those with neurocognitive risk factors. The improved vascular flexibility and oxygen efficiency also ensure that the brain's metabolic demands are met even under increased cognitive load, such as during intense focus, problem solving, or creative thinking. Another key factor is the impact of beets on mitochondrial efficiency within brain cells. Mitochondria are responsible for generating energy in the form of ATP, and their function is closely linked to cognitive performance. Nitric oxide has been shown to improve mitochondrial respiration, allowing cells to produce more energy with less oxidative stress. In the brain, where energy demand is exceptionally high, especially during tasks involving concentration or memory retrieval, this enhanced mitochondrial function can translate into more consistent mental energy, reduced fatigue, and sharper thinking. For students, professionals, or anyone engaged in mentally demanding work, this boost in cognitive stamina can be incredibly valuable. Beyond immediate performance, regular beet consumption may also help protect against long-term cognitive decline. Conditions such as Alzheimer's disease and vascular dementia have been linked to impaired blood flow, inflammation, and oxidative damage in the brain. By improving circulation, reducing inflammation, and delivering antioxidant support, beets offer a multi-pronged approach to supporting cognitive longevity. Clinical research is increasingly focused on dietary strategies to prevent these conditions, and beets are emerging as a promising tool within the larger context of a brain-healthy lifestyle. One lesser-known benefit of beets in this context is their ability to support the glymphatic system, the brain's waste clearance system. During sleep, the brain undergoes a cleansing process where toxins and metabolic waste products are flushed out through cerebrospinal fluid. This process depends heavily on proper circulation and vascular health. With improved nitric oxide production and enhanced blood flow, beets may help support the efficiency of the glymphatic system, contributing to better sleep quality, improved detoxification, and reduced buildup of harmful proteins such as beta-amyloid, which is implicated in Alzheimer's disease. This highlights the potential for beets not just to enhance daytime brain performance, but also to contribute to the restorative functions of the brain during rest. It is also important to consider the indirect cognitive benefits that come from improved cardiovascular health overall. The brain relies on the heart and vascular system to supply it with the oxygen and nutrients it needs to function optimally. By supporting healthy blood pressure and reducing arterial stiffness, beets help ensure that this delivery system remains robust and efficient, which in turn sustains cognitive performance. The integration of beets into a daily routine can, therefore, serve both immediate and long-term cognitive health by reinforcing the circulatory foundation upon which brain function depends. The cumulative effects of enhanced cerebral blood flow, reduced oxidative stress, balanced neurotransmitter signaling, efficient mitochondrial energy production, and improved vascular health present a compelling case for the role of beets as a daily cognitive enhancer. Inflammation is the body's natural response to injury or infection. But when it becomes chronic and uncontrolled, it can silently damage tissues and contribute to the development of nearly every major chronic disease known today. Conditions like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, autoimmune disorders, and even certain forms of cancer are now understoodly linked to chronic low-grade inflammation. The modern diet, often rich in processed foods, seed oils, and sugar, only fuels this inflammatory fire, leaving the body in a state of ongoing immune activation. This is where beets emerge as a powerful ally. Beets contain a range of anti-inflammatory compounds, most notably betalains, which are the pigments that give beets their vibrant red, purple color. These compounds have been studied for their ability to inhibit pro-inflammatory enzymes and modulate pathways that are responsible for producing inflammatory mediators in the body. Betalains work by suppressing the activity of enzymes such as cyclooxygenase, COX2, which are directly involved in the inflammatory cascade. The COX2 pathway is the same one targeted by non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen. Yet betalains from beets offer a natural and gentle way to dampen this inflammation without the side effects often associated with pharmaceuticals. When consumed regularly, beets introduce these betalains into the bloodstream, allowing them to travel to inflamed tissues and help calm the overactive immune responses that are often present in chronic disease states. This makes them a functional food, meaning they don't just feed the body. They provide prebiotic benefits at the cellular level. In addition to betalains, beets are rich in antioxidants like vitamin C, manganese, and polyphenolic compounds that neutralize free radicals and oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is a key contributor to inflammation because it damages cellular structures like membranes, proteins, and DNA, which then trigger immune responses. The antioxidant properties of beets help intercept these free radicals before they can inflict damage, protecting tissues and reducing the need for inflammatory reactions. This combination of direct anti-inflammatory action and powerful antioxidant capacity makes beets especially effective at lowering systemic inflammation that might otherwise go unnoticed until it manifests as disease. Beets also help regulate inflammation through their effects on the immune system. The nutrients in beets, including folate, magnesium, and potassium, support immune balance by ensuring that inflammatory responses are appropriate and not excessive. Magnesium in particular is often deficient in modern diets, and low magnesium levels have been associated with elevated markers of inflammation such as C-reactive protein (CRP). By replenishing magnesium and supporting overall mineral balance, beets help bring the immune system into a state of homeostasis, where it can respond to threats without becoming hyperactive. Another critical area where beets modulate inflammation is in the gut. The gut is home to the majority of the body's immune cells, and when the gut barrier becomes compromised, something known as leaky gut syndrome, foreign particles and toxins can enter the bloodstream, triggering systemic inflammation. The fiber content in beets acts as a prebiotic, feeding beneficial gut bacteria that help maintain the integrity of the gut lining. A healthy gut microbiome produces short-chain fatty acids like butyrate, which have direct anti-inflammatory effects on the colon and beyond. In this way, beets support both the structural integrity of the gut and the microbial environment that influences immune function throughout the body. Even in individuals without diagnosed disease, low-grade inflammation can affect daily quality of life. It may manifest as joint stiffness, low energy, frequent headaches, mood swings, and even skin conditions like acne or eczema. Because beets work systemically, supporting both immune regulation and detoxification, they help resolve these underlying imbalances and reduce the inflammatory signals that contribute to such symptoms. Athletes and physically active individuals can also benefit, as regular beet consumption helps reduce exercise-induced inflammation and muscle soreness, allowing for faster recovery and more consistent performance. Beets' impact on inflammation extends to the cardiovascular system as well. Inflammation plays a central role in the formation and progression of atherosclerosis, the process by which plaque builds up in the arteries. This plaque is not merely a buildup of cholesterol. It is an inflammatory lesion, driven by immune cells that respond to oxidized and other triggers. By reducing oxidative stress, improving endothelial function, and calming immune responses, Beets help stabilize these plaques and reduce the risk of sudden cardiovascular events. Regular consumption of beets has been associated with lower levels of inflammatory markers like interleukin-6 IL-6, tumor necrosis factor alpha, TNF7, and high-sensitivity C-reactive protein, SCREP, all of which are predictive of cardiovascular risk. Hormonal balance is another area where inflammation can have profound effects, particularly in conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome (PCS), thyroid disorders, and insulin resistance. Chronic inflammation interferes with hormone receptor sensitivity and disrupts normal signaling pathways, leading to symptoms like weight gain, fatigue, irregular cycles, and mood instability. The anti-inflammatory properties of beets support hormonal health by reducing these systemic stressors and allowing the endocrine system to function more efficiently. Improved blood sugar regulation from beet fiber also contributes to hormonal stability by preventing insulin spikes that can drive inflammation and hormonal imbalance. Neuroinflammation, the inflammation of the brain and nervous system, is a growing concern as rates of depression, anxiety, and neurodegenerative diseases rise. The same anti-inflammatory pathways activated by beet compounds in the body also influence the brain. Betalains and polyphenols have been shown to cross the blood-brain barrier, where they exert protective effects on neural tissues. They reduce microglial activation, a key process in neuroinflammation, and help maintain healthy neuronal communication. This makes beets not only a food for physical health but also for mental clarity, emotional balance, and long-term brain protection. The cumulative effect of all these mechanisms is a lower systemic inflammatory burden, which creates the biological conditions necessary for healing, regeneration, and optimal performance. When inflammation is under control, the body can redirect energy and resources away from immune overactivity and toward maintenance, repair, and growth across every organ system. The liver is the body's central hub for detoxification, nutrient processing, hormone regulation, and metabolic balance. Every day, it filters the blood, breaks down toxins, metabolizes fats and proteins, and manages everything from cholesterol to estrogen. Given its workload and exposure to environmental toxins, supporting liver health is essential for overall well-being. One of the most powerful foods for liver support is the beet. Beets contain a unique blend of nutrients and compounds that promote optimal liver function, particularly through their high levels of betaine, a methyl donor that plays a critical role in cellular detoxification and fat metabolism. Betaine supports the process of methylation, a biochemical pathway in the liver that converts harmful substances into water-soluble compounds that can be excreted through urine or bile. Without sufficient methylation, toxins can accumulate, liver enzymes can become elevated, and metabolic processes may begin to falter. By including beets in the diet daily, the liver receives the building blocks it needs to maintain efficient detoxification and metabolic processing. Beets also contain antioxidants like betalains, which are particularly concentrated in the root and responsible for its deep red pigment. These compounds provide anti-inflammatory protection to liver cells and neutralize oxidative damage caused by free radicals. Oxidative stress is one of the main drivers of liver injury, especially in the context of a high-fat diet, alcohol use, or chronic exposure to pollutants and medications. The antioxidant action of betalains helps prevent the degradation of liver tissue, reduces lipid peroxidation, and supports the regeneration of hepatocytes, the cells that make up the liver. This regenerative potential is essential, especially for individuals dealing with fatty liver disease, whether alcoholic or non-alcoholic in origin. Studies have shown that beetroot extract can reduce the accumulation of fat in the liver and improve markers of liver enzyme function, indicating enhanced liver efficiency and reduced inflammation. Another critical way beets support liver health is by improving bile production and flow. Bile is a fluid produced by the liver that helps emulsify fats during digestion and facilitates the excretion of waste products like excess cholesterol, bilirubin, and hormones. If bile flow is sluggish or inadequate, toxins can recirculate in the body, contributing to symptoms like fatigue, digestive issues, hormonal imbalances, and skin breakouts. Beets naturally stimulate bile through their cholagogue effect, promoting the movement of bile from the liver to the gallbladder and small intestine. This enhancement of bile secretion not only supports digestion, but also keeps the liver's detoxification pathways open and efficient. Supporting bile flow also contributes to improved digestion of fats and the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K, which are essential for immune function, skin health, and cellular repair. Beets are also high in fiber, which plays an indirect but vital role in detoxification. Fiber binds to toxins and waste products in the gut, preventing their reabsorption and promoting their elimination through the colon. When liver byproducts are released into the bile and enter the digestive tract, fiber helps escort them out of the body, reducing the likelihood of enterohepatic recirculation, a process where toxins are reabsorbed into the bloodstream from the intestines. Without adequate fiber, detoxification can become inefficient, even if the liver is functioning well. Beets provide both soluble and insoluble fiber, which together support regular bowel movements and reduce the burden on the liver by helping to complete the detox cycle. The natural nitrates found in beets also support liver health through their effects on blood flow. Enhanced circulation means better oxygenation and nutrient delivery to liver tissue, promoting cellular repair and efficiency. The liver is a highly vascular organ that depends on robust blood flow to perform its many metabolic functions. Nitric oxide, generated from beet-derived nitrates, improves endothelial function and vasodilation, which ensures the liver receives the blood supply it needs to function at full capacity. This is especially important in individuals with metabolic syndrome, diabetes, or hypertension, where compromised circulation can reduce liver perfusion and slow down detoxification. Another unique benefit of beets lies in their role in reducing homocysteine levels. Homocysteine is a byproduct of protein metabolism that, when elevated, becomes a risk factor for cardiovascular disease and liver damage. Betaine from beets donates methyl groups that help convert homocysteine into methionine, a harmless amino acid. This methylation cycle is crucial for cardiovascular protection, nervous system function, and efficient liver detoxification. By supporting this conversion process, beets help prevent the buildup of toxic intermediates that can impair liver function over time. Additionally, beets are rich in vitamin C, iron, folate, and potassium, nutrients that further support liver enzymatic and antioxidant defense. Vitamin C enhances the activity of detoxification enzymes, while iron is required for the synthesis of enzymes involved in phase 2 liver detoxification. Folate, like betaine, supports methylation and DNA repair, while potassium helps regulate fluid balance and reduces liver congestion. These micronutrients work synergistically to keep the liver resilient and adaptable in the face of modern lifestyle stressors, poor diet, and environmental burden in individuals with elevated liver enzymes or a diagnosis of fatty liver disease. Incorporating beets into the daily diet can be part of a nutritional strategy to reverse or halt the progression of liver dysfunction. Whether consumed as roasted slices, juiced raw, added to smoothies, or fermented as part of a probiotic-rich food, beets deliver consistent support to the liver's structural and functional integrity. Research in both animal and human models continues to show that beetroot extract can decrease lipid accumulation, improve antioxidant enzyme levels, and reduce histological markers of liver damage. The liver also plays a central role in hormone metabolism, particularly in breaking down excess estrogens and stress hormones like cortisol. Impaired liver detoxification can lead to estrogen dominance, fatigue, sleep disturbances, and mood imbalances. By improving liver efficiency, beets help the body maintain hormonal equilibrium. This is particularly relevant for women experiencing PMS, perimenopause, or symptoms of estrogen excess, as well as men with signs of hormonal imbalance. Supporting liver detoxification with foods like beets allows for smoother hormone clearance and reduced symptoms of imbalance. When the liver is supported with nutrient-dense foods like beets, the entire body benefits. From clearer skin and better digestion to improved mental clarity and energy levels. A healthy liver filters over a liter of blood per minute, manages of enzymatic processes, and handles nearly every toxin that enters the body through food, air, and water. When the liver functions efficiently, every other system in the body, from the immune system to the endocrine system, can operate more effectively. Physical performance and endurance are often thought to be governed solely by training and conditioning, but nutrition plays a profound role in determining how efficiently the body performs under stress. One of the most fascinating and well-documented benefits of daily beet consumption is its ability to enhance stamina and athletic performance, even in individuals who are not elite athletes. This is largely due to the naturally occurring nitrates found in beets, which the body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps widen blood vessels, a process known as vasodilation, thereby improving blood flow and oxygen delivery to working muscles. The more efficiently muscles receive oxygen during exercise, the longer they can function without fatigue, and the more energy the body can produce aerobically. This makes beets an incredibly effective natural performance enhancer, not just for professional athletes, but for anyone who wants to move, walk, lift, or exercise with greater efficiency and less exhaustion. Multiple scientific studies have demonstrated the ergogenic effects of beets. One of the most cited trials revealed that individuals who drank beet juice prior to exercise were able to increase their time to exhaustion by up to 16%. That increase represents a significant improvement in endurance, achieved not through months of additional training, but through a simple dietary intervention. The same studies showed a decrease in the oxygen cost of exercise, meaning that participants needed less oxygen to perform the same amount of physical work. This increase in oxygen efficiency is crucial, particularly for endurance sports like cycling, running, rowing, or swimming, where the balance between oxygen supply and demand dictates how long performance can be sustained. But even for individuals with cardiovascular or pulmonary limitations, enhanced oxygen efficiency can improve walking endurance, reduce fatigue, and enhance quality of life. Beets also support performance by influencing mitochondrial function. Mitochondria are the cellular powerhouses that convert nutrients into usable energy, and they play a central role in exercise endurance. Research shows that nitric oxide improves mitochondrial efficiency, allowing cells to produce more ATP, the body's primary energy molecule, with less oxidative stress. This means more energy is available during physical activity without creating excessive metabolic waste that leads to soreness or fatigue. Enhanced mitochondrial output also helps improve recovery time, allowing individuals to train more consistently and with reduced risk of overtraining injuries or burnout. In addition to boosting oxygen efficiency and mitochondrial function, beets help manage the inflammatory and oxidative stress response associated with intense physical activity. Exercise, especially at high intensities or for long durations, naturally increases oxidative stress and temporarily elevates inflammation in muscle tissues. While this process is a normal part of adaptation and growth, excessive or prolonged inflammation can impair recovery, reduce performance, and increase the risk of injury. The betalains in beets, which provide their vivid color, possess potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties that can help moderate this post-exercise stress. This results in less muscle soreness, improved recovery time, and reduced markers of muscle damage in the bloodstream. The nitrate to nitric oxide pathway also plays an important role in muscle contractility and calcium handling within muscle cells. Proper calcium signaling is essential for muscle contraction, and nitric oxide helps regulate this process at the cellular level. When muscles can contract more efficiently and with less fatigue, performance naturally improves. Additionally, this benefit extends to the heart muscle, where nitric oxide improves cardiac output and stroke volume, supporting better blood delivery to the extremities during physical exertion. This has significant implications for individuals with mild cardiovascular issues or aging populations who want to remain active and strong as they grow older. Beets also contain iron and folate, both of which are essential for red blood cell production. Red blood cells transport oxygen from the lungs to the tissues, and any deficiency in iron or folate can reduce exercise capacity by limiting oxygen availability. By supporting hemoglobin synthesis and promoting healthy red blood cell production, beets help optimize the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. This adds another layer to the overall performance-enhancing effects of daily beet consumption. It's not only about delivering more oxygen through vasodilation, it's also about transporting that oxygen effectively with healthy, abundant red blood cells. The carbohydrate content of beets also contributes to performance, particularly during endurance exercise. Beets are a natural source of glucose, the preferred fuel for high-intensity exercise. Unlike refined sugars, the carbohydrates in beets are paired with fiber, antioxidants, and phytonutrients, which help moderate blood sugar spikes and support sustained energy release. Consuming beets before a workout can provide a steady stream of glucose to working muscles without the crash associated with processed energy drinks or bars. For those engaging in long-duration efforts, beets can also be consumed mid-exercise in the form of juice or beet-based energy snacks to help maintain energy levels and delay fatigue. For individuals who do not consider themselves athletes but simply want to improve daily physical function, whether climbing stairs, walking further, or engaging in recreational activities, beets still offer significant advantages. The improved blood flow, enhanced oxygen efficiency, and reduced fatigue all contribute to better physical performance in everyday life. This can be especially important for those recovering from illness, surgery, or long periods of inactivity. In rehabilitation settings, improved endurance and energy can accelerate healing, increase mobility, and restore confidence in physical capability. Beets are also valuable in colder climates or during winter months when circulation tends to decrease. The warming effect of increased vasodilation can help keep extremities well perfused and reduce the sense of fatigue or sluggishness that can accompany seasonal changes. Athletes training at altitude or in environments with reduced oxygen availability may also benefit from the nitric oxide boosting effects of beets, as improved blood flow can partially compensate for lower oxygen saturation levels in the environment. This is one reason beet supplementation is popular among endurance athletes competing in mountainous terrain or at higher elevations. When taken daily, the benefits of beets accumulate, leading to sustained improvements in endurance, strength, cardiovascular performance, and recovery. These changes are not superficial or temporary, but rooted in fundamental shifts in physiology. Better blood delivery, more efficient oxygen use, stronger mitochondrial energy production, and reduced inflammation all contribute to a body that can work harder, recover faster, and maintain higher levels of activity over time. The digestive system plays a foundational role in health, affecting everything from energy levels and immune response to mood regulation and hormonal balance. A properly functioning digestive tract not only breaks down food into usable nutrients, but also supports detoxification, protects against pathogens, and communicates directly with the brain through the gut-brain axis. One of the most effective ways to support digestive health is by regularly consuming foods rich in fiber and prebiotics, and beets are especially valuable in this regard. Beets contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which together support motility, stool bulk, and the health of the gut microbiome. Soluble fiber dissolves in water and forms a gel-like substance that helps regulate blood sugar and cholesterol, while insoluble fiber adds bulk to the stool and helps food pass more quickly through the digestive tract, reducing constipation and encouraging regularity. Beet fiber acts as a prebiotic, which means it serves as nourishment for beneficial bacteria in the gut. These bacteria, particularly species like bifidobacteria and lactobacilli, are critical for maintaining a balanced microbiome. A well-balanced microbiome helps crowd out harmful bacteria, produce essential vitamins like B12 and K2, and support immune signaling within the gut-associated lymphoid tissue. The short-chain fatty acids SCFAs produced when these bacteria ferment beet fiber, especially butyrate, acetate, and propionate, play a vital role in nourishing the cells lining the colon, reducing inflammation, and reinforcing the integrity of the gut barrier. This prevents the condition known as leaky gut, where toxins and undigested food particles escape the intestinal lining and trigger systemic inflammation. Beets also contain pigments called betalains, which have been shown to protect the gut lining through their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. The cells of the digestive tract are constantly exposed to potentially irritating substances, including stomach acid, digestive enzymes, pathogens, and partially digested food. Over time, this can lead to damage and inflammation, especially in individuals with poor dietary habits or chronic stress. The betalains in beets help soothe inflamed tissues and support the regeneration of gut epithelial cells, ensuring that the intestinal wall remains intact and resilient. In animal studies, Beetroot extract has been shown to reduce ulcer formation, support mucosal integrity, and enhance the production of protective gastric mucus, all of which contribute to a healthier and more robust digestive environment.